14 days to May 29, the much awaited date for all Nigerians and those outside the country. Inspector General of Police Usman Ali Kale is about to tell Nigerians what should be expected, how things is going to be. In a few minutes, he's going to take his seat and talk to Nigerians, and let's pay attention to him and hear what he has for Nigerians.
It has been observed that some major political actors that the outcome did not favor have been issuing public threats that are directed at instigating actions to frustrate the presidential inauguration ceremony on the 29th of May. The Nigerian police and the national intelligence community have been closely monitoring the activities of these political elites, as well as other elements who have formed themselves into unpatriotic brands whose only fantasy in recent times is to subvert our national security interests. In so doing, they seem to be bent on deploying extrajudicial and undemocratic means to truncate our democratic heritage in advancement of their narrow personal political considerations. It is also expected that a true Democrat will subsume his or her personal political ambition under overriding national security and democratic interests of the country. Unfortunately, the public utterances of some political actors and their current attempts at inciting public protest with a view to creating national tension ahead of the presidential swearing-in ceremony do not only negate these values, but they are also manifestly subversive, undemocratic, unconstitutional. Having submitted their political grievances to the judicial process, it remains concerning that some of the political gladiators are still bent on engaging other extrajudicial means to advance their interests in a manner that questions their overall intention as well as patriotic and democratic regions which they project. The imperative of peace in our national life cannot be overemphasized. Sustenance of peace and security is even more expedient at this stage in our national democratic transition. Consequently, while the Nigerian police, in synergy with other security agencies and the intelligence community, continues to closely monitor the activities of these political elements, it has become expedient to make some clear statements. Keep the internal security order stable and optimally deploy our common unique assets towards guaranteeing the successful conduct of the presidential inauguration ceremony. Thirdly, we note that the inauguration ceremonies at all the national and state levels of government are a critical constitutional requirement for the sustenance of our political order as a nation, and the Nigerian police is duty and legally bound to defend our democratic heritage and closely police the constitutional processes. Consequently, I assure the citizens that our loyalty to our democratic and political order remains firm and unwavering. We will defend our democracy at all costs. The 29th May 2023 date for the swearing-in ceremony of the President-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and indeed other inauguration ceremonies at national and state level, is sacrosanct. The constitutional mandate of the Nigerian police includes the security governance of the processes leading to the inauguration of elected candidates at all levels and the guarantee for the successful conduct of the inauguration events. We shall undertake this task optimally and manifestly. Anybody that stands in the way will be identified, promptly isolated, and brought to deserve justice in the overriding interests of our national security and stable political order. Consequently, citizens are encouraged to be mindful of the antics of political elements who may want to manipulate their political passion to advance parochial, undemocratic, and unconstitutional objectives. They should resist such, go about their lawful businesses, and prepare to be part of the government advancement of our democratic journey as patriotic citizens by freely participating in the inauguration ceremonies, assured that Nigerian police have acquired adequate assets to guarantee their protection. They are also encouraged to promptly report any attempt by these misguided political elements to infiltrate their ranks and engender political tension in the country for appropriate law enforcement response. The international community is similarly encouraged not to be swayed by the ill-informed action of unpatriotic political actors who may be creating false and red flag through the social media. They are assured that our democracy remains firmly on course, the country's security order remains suitable, and the presidential inauguration will hold as scheduled under a very peaceful atmosphere. On a conclusive note, I wish to particularly appeal to the media practitioners to also be swayed of the intents of these political gladiators and resist the urge to deploy their credible media outlets to advance their destabilization plots. Nigeria remains our national heritage, and working together, we should continue to advance and place her interests over and above parochial, personal, or group interests. I thank you all for attendance and pray that we should continue to perfect our beloved nation's existence. Thank you.
This is GTV Africa. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page. Follow us for you to get more information.